Hi guys, it's Sean again. Welcome to the channel. Just gonna talk you through this sterling trade I've got at the moment. I'm currently short sterling. It's quite late. It's after the European close. It's 5:26 UK time. Um, this specific trade is short cable. Um, the reason for this is it's FOMC meetings tomorrow. The minutes tomorrow, and also an interest rate decision out of the US. Today we had President Donald Trump speaking at the UN summit. Nothing groundbreaking or nothing that would have, you know, pushed the dollar any lower. Um, and because cables had such a strong rally, and we have this interest rate decision tomorrow, I would suspect there will be some longs unwinding. And as you can see, it is breaking down, but I'll talk you through my entry real quick and how this came about. If you look here, just try and get some more of this in view. If you look here, we've had a very strong rally over the past month, and the spike higher being a beat on in CPI numbers and inflation figures. Um, so we were thinking this may push the BOE's hand um, in a possible interest rate hike, or to become more hawkish, which they did, but then they took the currency down yesterday. Now we've had Boris Johnson and Theresa May falling out over Brexit, um, and to say that Brexit negotiations at loggerheads, and that Boris Johnson has revealed to insiders and his circle that he believes Brexit won't be a success. Um, so again, a bit of infighting within British parliaments and politics there. So with the FOMC tomorrow, um, the UN, the FOMC meeting tomorrow, and the UN summit out the way, I believe that pound may see some further pressure to downside. So that was the reason for my entry. Now let's talk about the entry a little bit. I actually came to my desk quite late. I had this trade idea. Ideally, I would have loved to have got in at pivot, but I wasn't at the desk at that point. Um, so I've taken it a little bit lower down. My first entry I took with two contracts at 3559. Um, it retraced, and on the delta, if I move in here a little bit, which shows the difference between bid and ask, um, quite a lot of upside in terms of the delta swing towards the upside, in terms of more market orders firing to take it offer to take a bid. Sorry. So I thought sentiment was towards the upside, even though fundamentally I'm short. Just looking at the price action, it looked, there was more buy side momentum. And also I was looking at the correlated markets once I'd entered. I mean, it was on side roughly 27 ticks on that first short in terms of total ticks on the two contracts. Um, and then it fully retraced the move. So I got wiggled out looking at the correlated markets. I had the Aussie dollar pressing on its highs. I had the Canadian dollar moving up towards pivot and its high. Um, the yen was touching its lows and started to pull back off its lows, not its lows, but a big figure, the 9,000 here. Same with gold. So I actually just took the contracts off initially, just to sort of let the price action unfold a little bit, and then I saw a change. Um, I saw a change in the price action. Euro sort of spiked maybe 6 to 8 ticks lower, um, and as did Japanese. Well, the yen started falling back down towards the big figure at 9,000, and then I thought, okay, maybe something's shifting here. Equity started going bid, and I looked at the dollar index, started to show a bit of a bid there as well. So I got back in. I tried to get two fills for two contracts. I only got filled on one. and then the delta swung. You can see the delta started trading here minus 300 towards the downside, and there's my fill on that final contract here, or that last contract, or the first contract on the new position. Only got filled on the one. Market's fallen away now. I'm going to chase this with my stop limit order here, as I don't have another method. I can't de-risk this trade in profit. I'm just going to have to try and follow this down as I continue to see downside momentum. I've actually got to take profit down at S2, and I'll be looking for a break over that one. I'm looking for a break at the low, and then an extension towards the downside, as these longs start to unwind ahead of the FOMC tomorrow. So a bit of a shame that I didn't get filled on those two contracts. I'm just in for one. I'm going to chase this trade down, just trading my stop, guarding it, at resistance, support becoming a resistance. So that's my idea. The trade's definitely on side. I believe my fundamental analysis was right on this one. Just a pity without the two contracts. Could have de-risked this trade quickly, and taken profit off early. Well, taking profit, and taking a lot more out of this trade. Let me just put it that way. But again, the reason why I didn't chase this trade in terms of adding more contracts, or chasing it as it broke, is that pivot and logical, stop placement was kind of off because I was mid-range there. So yeah, so just to keep my risk in check, I didn't want to chase this trade adding too much. So that's my analysis on entry on this. So we'll see how this trade plays out. just want to talk about what I'm looking at here. Is the correlated markets watching that euro has quite a long way to fall to pivot and to its low, which is keeping me in the pound trade, if you see what I'm saying. So I'm constantly evaluating what the correlated markets are doing. I'm looking at the yen showing weakness, and obviously gold equities moving towards their highs. So these are all positive for me right now. Looking at dollar index, which has broken its pivot. Um, so yeah, definitely some dollar strength in the market at the moment. Okay, so back again. Nothing really has happened. Just looking through TweetDeck and some of the news wires. Feels like we've stalled a little bit at these lower prices here. I've trailed my stop, trying to lock in as much as I can. I was hoping for a break of the low. Seems like we're running out of short selling steam at the moment. See if we can lock in a 20, 28, 29 tick winner here. See this where it would be handy to have so the euro's come off its US session low. It failed to break, so I think this pound short may be finished for now. Anyway, for me that was quite a clean trip. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe not. Well, let's see. Let's see. Seems to be some volatility. Looks like this short may be finished. Yeah, we're out. So we took 34 ticks on the day on this pound trade. You can see the execution here. Okay, we missed maybe 10, 12, 15 ticks out the move in total. But I'm quite happy with that trade. It was opportunistic trade, but it's quite late in the session as well. The US is what's the time in the US? Let's have a quick look. 1 second. Opa. So yeah, we're in US lunch now, so it may grind lower throughout the day, but this would have been the point of having two contracts. I could have left one on, kept my stop at scratch, and a target for a lot lower. But it's late for me now, so I'm going to pack up and head to sleep and look for opportunities tomorrow. Okay, thanks for watching. That's Sterling Short. I'll upload it on YouTube. Obviously, that's where you'll see it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care. Bye bye.